I've had Zulie on the show a long time ago, but this is a first. Since we've last talked, she has formed this great band called Zoo. They do some really fun stuff. You guys should definitely check them out. We'll definitely be promoting links and stuff as we go. But this is Zoo, the band. So how you guys doing?
Hi.
Hi.
We're doing great. Thanks for inviting us, Josh.
No, it's a pleasure to be here. So, a couple questions, and I guess before we like, we'll just talk for a bit and kind of just see where it goes. So, you guys are officially a band. So let's go with probably the quote unquote the lamest question of all. How did you guys decide to collaborate together?
Oh yeah.
You want to go? Or?
Yeah, like we met at actually nothing have to do with music. We met at construction site.
Yeah, we met in a construction site.
Yeah.
And we were paid by the company to stay at a hotel, and I always bring my guitar with me. So one day I was playing guitar, and Zulie heard me, and she goes, "Well, I sing. Do you want to jam together?" And that's how it started. We were in Squamish, BC at the time, and it was quite boring. In the evening, there was absolutely nothing to do with COVID and everything. So then we started jamming, and we noticed that we got some magic together. And then we started improvising. At first, we were playing old classic European songs, like what songs were we playing?
Yeah, very very old songs.
Old songs
yeah.
like what's the Italian song that we Besame Mucho?
Besame mucho, not Italian, in Spanish.
In
Yeah,
Spanish, where we play old songs, and I sort of like that because basically the people I was playing was like top 40 rock and roll sort of stuff. So to go into like stuff from the 50s and 60s was really great for me. And I saw like also I noticed that the music in that time had a lot more feeling than the music today. Like if you listen to the old stuff, mostly because it's you didn't have all the electronics that you have today and the AIs and stuff. And so I thought, well, hey, anyways, we were doing great when we improv. We wrote all these songs and we had a lot of fun. And we decided, because of new technology with Spotify and all that, we decided, well, why don't we just license our music and put it out there? And so.
Oh, that's cool. It sounds like just right place, right time. Like and you guys just it clicked and you guys play a similar style of music.
Yeah, well, not really, but we made our own style that we love, right?
We met in the middle, kind of like I like, because I'm foreign, I'm not like 100% like I didn't born in Canada, so I have like I travel a lot, so I have this international mix. Like always the like international feel to my music, and Marc is flexible, like he was okay to play some kind of tune I like, and I put some lyrics and melody I add to it, and it just work out to do like album, after all this. I don't know how it happened, it's all about channeling in the moment. Music never come like by thinking or planning, it just come to you.
Yeah, that's so true. It just happened, right? Yeah. It's like we call it magic when we start doing magic. I start improvising and she starts improvising, and bada bing, bada bang, we got a really beautiful song, right? So sometimes we wonder, like after when we listen to our recordings, is how did we
Hold on a second here. What happened there?
Then how did we come up with it? Sometimes I forgot what I was playing, right? I have to listen.
Okay. Something go off there. Ladies and gentlemen, we may be having some little technical difficulty here. I hear no sound. Hold on a sec here. Hold on a second here. See if it's on my end or yours. So, anyone listening, can you hear me? Can you hear them? Okay. Say something. Okay, it's on your end. Okay, hold on a second here. Maybe hold on 1 second here. This might be me. Give me a sec. Whoa. Say something again. Okay, so it's you guys. Something you guys did with the sound over there. Did sound change somehow, some way? Because according to Go Indie Now, he hears me, but not you. Oh, there we go. So that it's okay. So you're not muted. Did you guys hit something? This is hilarious. I wish I could lip read them right now, ladies and gentlemen, because it'd be kind of funny because they're trying. You can see them both trying to figure out what just happened. Because suddenly you guys just disconnected. Can you guys hear me? Can you nod if you hear me? Okay, so you hear me, but we can't hear you. Okay. So did you hit a button? Now you can't hear either of us. Interesting. All right. Give me a sec here. Can you hear me, Joe? Let's try. Hold on a sec here. Can you hear me, Joe? Okay, cool. My settings are fine. Okay. No, I'm playing with the new microphone, so it's just one of those things. They're gonna go. We're gonna come back in, try to figure this out. All right. I don't know. This is kind of those wild. And hey, it's live, pal, as they say. It's live. You gotta kind of just roll with it. I just sent everybody a newsletter today, which is kind of cool. Hold on a second here.
Do you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, I had to go out and go in again. I don't know what happened.
Okay, we're back. Sorry,
Okay.
everybody.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
Yep. So it's okay. It's as they say, we're live, pal. That's just the way it goes sometimes when you're live. It's like things happen. And this will all be recorded and streamed and bloopers and all. That's just the way it goes sometimes.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. But so you guys are international music. So for Zulie. So Marc, what's your music background? Like what do you like to play?
Well, I'm a classically trained guitarist. I was force-fed music from my mother when I started piano when I was 8, and I hated it. I had this old hag as a piano teacher. She exactly looked like the devil's mother-in-law, and I just couldn't stand her. I was afraid of her actually when I was 8 years old, and so it was quite traumatic. Finally, my mom, after 2 years of piano, decided to give me a guitar. So I started guitar. And since then, I was doing classical. But when I got to high school, I found out about bands like, Peter Frampton and stuff like that. And then, so I switched from playing classical to rock and roll, which drove my mom crazy, but I had a great time. And of course, with a classical guitar, not very good to play rock. And so I had to improvise with my classical guitar until when finally I was an adult, I got my own electric guitar. And since, because I had all this training, I continued my studies in university as a biologist, but I would play studios for money. Like I was a paid studio musician for guitar, doing guitar tracks. And one band that I did tracks for was a long time ago called Boot Sauce in a studio in Montreal called Studio 41. And yeah, and basically after that, well, I continued my career as a biologist, and then I had kids, but I never stopped playing guitar. When I was when I did my career as a biologist, I traveled a lot around the world, and in Japan, I was in Japan for about 2 years. And over there, I did some music with other foreigners, but I wasn't really doing anything with musical instruments. It was mostly like DJing, and it was all this new technology coming out. And, it was the beginning of MP3s and all that. So we would mix our own stuff and play them in clubs in Japan. And I would do that part time when I was working. So I always went into music, but my love was guitar. And I always had a guitar with me. Even when I traveled, I always brought a guitar. I have a guitar that Zulie saw that traveled around the world with me. And she's my old faithful that I've had. I bought her in Italy, in Turin, Italy, from Luthas. And I've had it since then. I bought it when I was 19 years old when I was in Italy. And yeah, so basically I've been a guitarist all my life, but I've always before chose other career, my main career as a biologist. And then I quit that and went to carpentry. So, and I never wanted really to get into music because all the musicians I knew were poor and, struggling. And I didn't want that. I wanted to have a stable life, right? And, after now, I'm like sort of free to do whatever I want. And I sort of, I'm well enough financially to just do music, even if I'm not going to profit from it. So, because that's my love, right? So I'm not looking for, to make $1 million and all that in music. But, I'm just doing it for the love of music. And I think Zulie too. And when we get together and we play, like I say, it's magic and we have a lot of fun. And we're also surprised on how popular we're getting and how fast we're getting popular, right? So it's very encouraging for us to put out more stuff, right? So.
Well, it's from what I read in your bio, you guys are working on your first album. So I
Yeah.
know a little. I know a little bit about Zulie because I interviewed her a long time ago when she was doing I think her first music video a long, long time ago. I remember that, and it was cool to watch. It's cool to watch how things kind of evolve and grow. So classical music's interesting. Actually, I should ask this. Zulie, are you classically trained as well? I never actually asked this last time.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have training. I have classic training. That's why we both think like I'm like an opera singer, but I train classic, but I don't like classic.
Here's the thing, right? It's like storytelling. When you look at storytelling, like from a
Yeah.
fundamental standpoint, it's a good language to have.
Yeah,
Because
it's like a ballet, I was trained in the music and in the ballet dancing, but I don't like the classic and the ballet, but I like what I took from those two and develop a different kind of dancing and different kind of singing. It just give me the base for me to be stronger so I can move and do what I love.
Well,
Yeah.
it's funny because musicians that are classically trained, like usually where you find them now is like metal and jazz. Like that's where you
Yeah,
find them.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, and you can tell they're the biggest music fans on the planet because they're the ones going out there and going like, holy shit, I love this like old like Mozart and Beethoven, but how can we make this mine? And jazz and metal are generally where you see that. I remember when I listened to Metallica, like Symphony Metallica, this thing that should not be. When I hear the da na 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 na, actually in the song, you're like, oh, these guys are music nerds. Like they're just giant music
Yeah.
nerds, right? So it's just like, right. And then once I realized that, I realized that like a lot of people that do a lot of classically trained stuff, they have the ability to do a lot more things creatively with their music.
Yeah, yeah, of course, because you just mix like so many genre together. Because our genre, I can't even put a name on it, because it's just like a mix of modern and classic and everything together. Yeah.
If I was to describe your sound, it'd be like hold on a second here. I'm seeing if it's on my end there. I have a new mic. I'm playing with a new microphone and
It's popping a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm kind of just like I'm just seeing what's going on there real quick. Sorry guys, this is all
It's okay.
it's all
okay. That's what
we're live,
happens.
pal. It's like, okay, so that's good. All right, that's working. Let's see if that works. Does it pop a little less? I think it pops a little less.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, done. A little bit less anyway. Go like this. Yoink.
Mm-hmm.
I almost know what I'm doing. Almost. Don't tell anybody. Shh. But
Well, it looks like you know what you're doing.
yeah, or something to that effect anyway, right? But no, what like the thing about it's still popping a little bit. I'm gonna have to figure that out a little bit, probably off the air. New mic, new toys.
It's okay. It's very, very light.
It's very light. We understand you very clearly.
Yeah. So the thing is, right? Your sound is very much like a little bit of an international flavor. Like I hear your like Spanish, ironically enough, like the old Spanish Mexican like folk tune with like a little bit of pop. That's basically how I would describe your music based on.
That's good to know. Like I always like to hear what people think, because how people perceive like English language or sing, I don't perceive it the same. Like I just have a different melody for the English than other people born in Canada. I just hear it differently when I sing it.
So what's your first language, Zulie?
I'm Arabic.
Arabic.
Yeah.
So you know the really good swear words, like.
What is that?
The good swear words.
See, I know this because I'm Maltese, right? So Maltese swearing and Arabic swearing are very similar. Like when you hear the curse, you hear the curse.
You are from Malta?
Family's from Malta, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You know how many times I went to Malta?
Yeah.
3 times.
My grandmother was born in Gezira, Malta, right during World War II when the Nazis were bombing Germany. So she actually grew up to bombs for the first 5 years of her life, which is an interesting way to grow up. But no, Maltese, like Arabic. What language? What Lebanese, Saudi, Iraqi? What's your language?
No, I'm Syrian. Like
Syrian, okay, yeah.
My mom, I'm kind of mixed. I'm a big mix, but Syrian, Brazilian, Egyptian, and English, all of it together.
So you got all the good swear words.
Yeah,
all
but
of them.
In Malta they speak all of it. In Malta they speak English, Italian, and Arabic actually.
Yep.
And in your language you have this Hindi and some word is actually exactly from Arabic. And when I was there, I understand majority of it.
Yeah, no, like when we swear, it's universal. I actually had an Israeli like author group. It's like, so I did my grandmother's favorite swear, right? Which is al shamak. It's like really, 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 really terrible. It's a really terrible one. And I know this because I grew up. My grandmother had like, bless her heart, has the mouth of a sailor, but bless her heart, right? So you learn very quickly what a swear sounds like in another language, right? And because especially in Arabic language, you hear it. French, you can get away with it to some degree. Like you can swear in French, and you can, if you're polite enough, you might get away with it. They don't know what you're saying. But
still in the French, it sounds a little bit cute. But when you swear in Arabic or in...
Oh, no, yeah, because again, it's very hard.
It's cute,
No, it's very hard. Like you can hear it. It's almost like sandpaper. Because the thing is, Arabic, like the Arabic language, is actually incredibly poetic, right? It's incredibly and very romantic. Right? A lot of people don't really know that, but when you guys curse, right? When you guys curse,
I'm sorry.
It's all. No.
But I have no bomb today, so no worries. You can.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's just like one of those, because I'm just curious, because what I was going to ask prior to that was, when you perform a song, when you sing a song, do you still tend to go to your native tongue before when you think of a song, or now because you've been in Canada for however long you've been in Canada?
A long time, but actually, like even me, my accent in English is not Arabic accent.
No.
You know, so I travel a lot. I travel 35 countries. I was a dancer. You know, I was performing, so I cannot speak. I learned Italian. I learned French. I was moving a lot. You know, but so I don't know where is my style come from. The same with my accent, with everybody think there's Zulian accent, it's just Zuli accent. Because
Zulie
people
accent,
say
okay.
they try to listen, they tell me I can't figure where your accent from, because just makes too much, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking like Spanish, French, or actually ironically Arabic. I was thinking like in that
Yeah.
area, like right around one of those three, right?
But I don't know really where my song come from or how I think when I sing. I don't know. Like Marc, he told me I sing a little bit. I have like Arabic feel in it. But me, I don't see the Arabic because we don't have, like when I listen to our song, we don't have this in Arabic. So I'm not sure, you know.
Well, no.
Sometimes I comment on her when we're improvising, and I ask her to just come up with a melody to inspire me to come up with something. She often comes up with, Mediterranean styles of melodies, right? So, and then I say, okay, well, can you change? You're always on that type of melody, right? So, and
nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's what she grew up with.
Yeah, but for inspiration, you can't always do the same thing. Like me, if I'm always starting in the key of E, she's not going to be very inspired to start somewhere else, right? So I try to improvise on my keys as she tries to improvise on her melodies, right? So
and you guys kind of find a happy medium.
Yeah, and like we were talking before, is we were classically trained, and I think what we have really in common is it was shoved down our throats, both of us, right? So we sort of both are the same type of rebel towards that, and that's what brought us together. Like actually, I can't even stand classic anymore. I could probably name you every classical song from Beethoven or Mozart or whatever, but I can't stand it anymore, right?
You know, when I used to sing classic with my teacher, and he teaches us, and he said, "This is your homework. This song, you go home and practice it." I hate it. Sorry, you know. I just I go home and I'm just trying to practice the song. I have no love toward it. I'm not connected, but I have to do it as a homework. You know what I mean? So
it really comes down to it was shoved down our throats.
Well, yeah, it's hard. It's like when you like I mentioned jazz. The cool thing about a jazz musician, you'll hear them warm up with a song of theirs, right, of some kind. Yeah. And what you find is like they'll just do this super jazzy version of their song. It's so wild. And then what tends to happen then afterwards is then they really start playing, right? They really start playing, they really start going, they really start doing what they're doing. And what tends to happen is there's a personality. And you'll see that often, like even with classical music. Let's say they're doing a classical cover, they'll do the same thing, right? Metal, I mentioned metal earlier. Metal does this a lot as well. It's like, but we're going to make like this angry, rebellious version. Like I'm almost really tempted to think like you guys are like, we're rebelling against the system, but deep down inside, it's like we're music nerds. We are just music nerds, and that's okay.
That's true.
Right.
I think it's both. We are rebelling against the system, and we're rebelling in a lot of things. Like, for example, because we're classically trained, we're both trained in do re mi, and not like ABC. Let's say like most pop music, everything's in ABC, which is really do re mi. But we can't relate to the ABC. We can relate to do re mi when we're together, right?
No, so, I get that. No, like I said, it's just your basic language is the same, but your approaches are very different, and that's what you bring together as a band, right? Right. So you got the language. Like, we got this language in common, but Zulie's like, I like this part, and you're like, I like this part. Let's meet in the middle somewhere, and we'll create the sound that's yours, and you guys can communicate that way, and then that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I am, from my point of view, I want to say something. Like, I always feel like, me as a singer, okay, just I feel I need the help from somebody, like maybe from North America, as a person. He can just tell me, okay, how I sing this song, and he take it from my head and just let me sing it in different way, so I see how it's gonna sound, not the way the melody in my head. You know what I mean? I always looking for such a person, because really it's cool. Because one of the song, like Marc did that, you know, he changed it a little bit. It's called Love Again. And I think he did a very cool twist in it, because he put some of his background in it. And, you know, I'm looking for somebody, is not Marc, is not me. Someone, you know, maybe composer, producer, or manager. He said, okay, can you sing this song in a different way? And he see, because, you know, sometimes how we sing that song, you can sing it differently and it could make a big difference. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's the
So,
story you're trying to tell.
Yeah. So yeah, I always like this kind of, like, people like have this experience. They might like really help what we're doing. Because, like, how I ask about your opinion about us is very important for me, because we're just jamming and channeling, but we need the, you know, the audience to tell us what they think, what we can change, how we can like approach them more, you know, and do like good stuff, can approach bigger like audience. Now we have a lot of followers, but we really need more, like, more opinions,
Input.
you know, inputs.
Yeah, we don't have any input. Like, people say, yeah, I like your stuff, but they don't give us like, maybe you should do this song a little faster, or maybe you should do this song in a different way because the storyline doesn't fit the music, or, you know, stuff like that. And we don't have any opinion like that. It's always like, it's, or I like it or I don't like it.
This is where a crowd would be great, because you could definitely see where you feed off of that way.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's a very how to put this? Probably like when I write a story, I have this idea to what I think this looks like and feels like.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, it's my idea, and how I see it, how you see it, might be a very different thing, right? It might be a very, very different thing, right? And that's cool, actually, because here's the thing: like, once the song's out, once the story's written, once the interview's out, it's not mine anymore.
Yeah.
It's the world's, right? And so everybody's got their own interpretation. The thing is, a person like me is not qualified to really give you a good musical answer. I can tell you, I like it. It's got a fun pop melody. I enjoy it. It's soothing. You're a great singer, Zulie. You do some fun guitars there, Marc. But I couldn't help you with the technical stuff at all, because it's not what I do. It's like, I could sing, and then you would give me $5, and then you'd be like, never ever do that again, because it's just because it's not my thing, right? It's just not what I do well. A fan going, it's nice or it's good, sometimes it's the best they can offer, because it's not, they know what it makes them feel. And I think that, like, from a fan feedback point of view, that's what you're gonna go for. Your stuff's like, when it hits, it's very light, right? And I'm not saying that like in a bad way. It's just you guys have this really nice, light, poppy sound, and that's really fun to listen to. It's easy to write to. It and you have some stuff that's really catchy, but that doesn't help you in terms of, well, how are we going to get that, like, you know, that $1 million sales? I don't know. I don't have a fucking answer for you there. I mean, if I did,
No,
I'd
that's
be
not what we're looking for either. Like,
but
Zulie she
I'm
wants the big money.
No,
Me,
no,
I don't
not
care.
not about the big money. I want the professional people to
Well, she wants to be
comment on my work and find, okay, we want you to change this to make it the big hit. I want like the producer, the big composer, not the crowd, the normal crowd. Because like you say, if I'm a writer and I've been writing all my life, and somebody is not a writer and want to give me opinion about my music, I'm not gonna take it, right?
Well, okay,
But
so
I mean, technical opinion,
technical
I'm not
stuff,
gonna take
absolutely.
it. But if somebody like he's in the business and he said, okay, Zulie, I want to like tell you something. I'm a composer, producer for 20 years, something like that. And I think you have to change this and that. I will respect his opinion. And you know what I'm talking about? It's different, like who I want to approach. So I'm talking about the really the industry people, not I love the crowd, the audience, because they're gonna say, okay, I love this song. No, this is not my style. Though I like this. That's fine. Okay. But we still need guidance from professionals.
So if I were to make an observation, if I may humbly make an observation here, two things. Marc, this is the long term what you guys need to think about. It's just the only thing I'm going to tell you guys. Marc sounds like he just wants to have fun. Is that right?
Well, not necessarily.
Well, no, you might want more, but let's be honest. You enjoy it. You like what you're doing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you're above trying to get better, because I that'd be a lie. But I get the sense in your case, if a professional came out of the blue and said you need to work on this, this, and this, you'd hear them. But if you're having fun with playing a certain way, you're gonna, it's like, fuck that noise. Zulie, on the other hand, I'm just being straight with you, Zulie. So here's the only thing I would tell you. So sometimes hearing a technical person is helpful, and sometimes it's not. What I would be more concerned about in your shoes and is this: what am I trying to say? What do I give a shit about? And is that coming out in the music? Because if it is coming out in the music, sure, there's always technical things. Again, we can always get better, right?
Yeah,
This minute. Right this minute.
I like to be the best, though. I like.
Oh no, absolutely. But again, there's room for growth. I'm not saying that. But let me get a point. Like right this minute. I'm writing about an insomniac dragon in a maze in my next book. Now, he's crazy because he hasn't slept in like 1,000 years, and he's a little loopy and now I can make him a little more serious because he is a terrifying monster, but that's far less fun than what I'm actually doing. And the reason, and again, this is Alice in Wonderland versus Jason of the Argonauts in a game of croquet, and the final guardian to the Golden Fleece is an insomniac dragon. Like, it's just me being as silly as I possibly can, because for me, I could probably do this better. But at the end of the day, it's gotta be something I give a shit about, right? So my advice is where you guys should meet in the middle. This is the meet in the middle moment, or in a few years, I'll be like, I'm doing something else, and that's cool too. It's your guys' decision. Zulie, you can always get better, but be happy with what you have too. You have
I'm so happy. You don't know me. I do. Look,
yeah.
Tell you, I come in a song in 5 minutes, and I just put all my ideas out. I don't even think about it. I don't care. Did you hear the song What's Next?
Yeah, I did.
So
I listened to most
about the pandemic, about all fox running from each other in the grocery aisle, fears on the faces,
Yeah.
Like I don't. The song is very, very rushed. How I say it, very like it's about the fact and everything.
She just threw it in there. And like
it's sarcastic,
She when we did the song, I was playing around with. I'm a guitar fanatic, so I have a bunch of guitars, and I got this new guitar, and it was a special guitar. Anyways, so I'm playing this old guitar, and I'm playing, and I'm just having fun with it. And I come up with a beat, and she likes it, and at the same time, I think we were watching the news on TV. And it was about the pandemic, obviously, right? And then they would show all the crazy stuff that happened, right, with the pandemic. And then we just decided, you know what? Why don't we do some sarcastic song about the pandemic, right? So just to show, show people their human behavior during this pandemic. The silly things of like going to buy all the toilet paper on earth, right? And stuff like that happened, right?
We are a batshit species.
Yeah, and this
yes.
song, I really want to send you the lyrics. I'm gonna put the lyrics out too, but it's all about just like how people like fear
and she just really wrote. It's a long song. It's about 6 minutes, and she wrote all the lyrics in, I'd say, about 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, she wrote everything down, and we got the song together really quick. It took like maybe 2 hours to complete the song with the recording.
That's impressive.
And actually, we didn't re-record it because when I was singing this song for the first time, like it was just, I was very sarcastic the way I was singing. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to take another recording because it just come perfect in the moment the way I did it.
The heat of the moment, when you capture the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
Like it's like me when I play guitar, sometimes I just take off. I go like in a trance, and then I play amazing stuff. And sometimes I say, holy cow, why didn't I record that? And like my followers always tell me you should always record no matter, but I'm always playing. I come home after work, after my shower, I'll play a little bit, then make dinner, I'll play a little bit. Like I can't let it go. I'm addicted, right? So
it's who you are. One of my like Nirvana, one of my favorite things I ever read was the letter from their producer. So they basically made their whole that big million best-selling album. They basically finalized the whole damn thing over a weekend, and they didn't give a fuck. They just basically said, you know what, this is my sound. The producer said, you can go to all these other motherfuckers essentially, and they'll charge you through the moon. I kind of feel like I'm a plumber here, so why don't we just like do this over a weekend? Get all your stuff, show up at this recording. I got this place here, or if you guys want, we can go to this place here. We can come back to my place at the end and like mix it all together for like the final thing. And it was done. It was so straightforward because sometimes I think honestly the best. We're talking about capturing the emotion of music, the emotion of anything you're doing. There is something about like, I don't want a perfect song. I don't want a perfect story. I want a story I give a shit about. I want a song that will make me feel like I can kick some ass or laugh or cry or right. You don't want a perfect song. What you want is your song. One of my so again, I do listen to one of my favorite like albums is the self-titled Finger 11 album. One of the things I really loved about it was he left all the mistakes in there. Like there's a lot, like there's literally a spot where the guy busted his tongue open, and it's like in one of their big songs, and you can hear the blood, and you pay attention, you can hear where he's bleeding, right in this one spot, and you're like, holy shit! But you didn't notice it unless you're paying attention for it, because those imperfections make it real.
That's what I do. And if you listen to all our recordings, sometimes I have like specialists call us or text us and say, you did a really bad job on this. You didn't separate the voice from the guitar. And I always tell them, I don't give a shit. This is how we play. If you came to my house and we decided, I'm going to play you a song, that's how I want it to sound. I want it to sound like I'm playing for you. You come, hey, I'll play you, see what you think about this, and I'll play you a song. And obviously I'm going to make mistakes because, like even when you're classically trained, you got to play like a song like thousands of times to have it perfect so that you can pretty much play it while you sleep, right? So
actually all our songs almost record live.
That's right. And it's all improvised.
None of it on the studio, you think, or in the room or nothing.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, like from a studio perspective, polish is good. Some polish is very good. It makes a good song better, right? It's just, again, it ultimately comes down to what you're going for, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a real balance, and even with like creative writing, like there's a balance between I'm writing the best thing I can, right? And I need to polish this to make my thoughts clearer, better, a little less jumbled, because I get caught in my own head and I think this is good shit, and sometimes like nope, it's not. I just got diarrhea on the board right here. I need to clean this up. But sometimes, right? Hey, listen. my shit stinks sometimes. Sometimes you got to be very honest about that as an artist, producer. Sometimes your
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
stinks, right? But
yeah.
that's what you need. That's what polish is for. But that's what polish is for. It's not for that. It's not for that. It's to make that better and understand what better actually is for the song or for the story you're writing. That varies from production to production. Sometimes you need a fully polished piece. Sometimes that separation's great. But sometimes, you know what? You just want something live and fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you're totally right on that. And it's just that, like you say, I'm more having fun right now, and I have like the FU attitude on all of it. It's like I'm just playing what I want to play, and and uh, and though I know sometimes I even feel guilty that, like with all the training I got, that I'm not polishing myself more, or, polishing the tracks more, right? I
Well,
feel sloppy sometimes, right?
and sometimes you probably are. Sometimes you probably are. Let's
Yeah,
be honest. But at the same time, it's about what you want out of this too, right? If you're just going like I said, that's why I get the impression like you just kind of you want to do something, but you got a sense of having fun, and you usually kind of want to push to see how far you can go, right? And that's not it's not a bad mixture, right? You just got to figure out what that mixture actually is for the both of you,
Yeah.
right?
well, I think we complete each other on that, because
Mhm.
I always look for the feel, right? And she's more like the business side of it, and said, well, yeah, it's not only the feel, is how are people gonna like this, right? And I
Well,
always told her, you're the spotlight, you're the hot chick, but I'm not, right? So, you're the front person of the band, right? And plus,
she
she
is
has
cute. There's
all
no doubt
this
about that. But yeah,
experience. She has all this experience in TV and movies, and she's has all that experience. So why not be the front person, right?
well, I mean, and that's it. Like that's where the business side comes around too. Because you perform well enough, you realize how valuable that really is. You're like, I'm not just going to do this for nothing, and that's a good thing to have that in your corner as well. Like I've been freelancing for the last bit, and I've learned an awful lot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? It is a learning curve, because that's the thing that encourages me the most. Is music industry changed so much. Like when I was 17, I wanted to be a rock star. I wanted to be the next Jimmy Page or Eddie Van Halen or whatever, right? But I saw it was so hard to get in. You know, like you can get a studio job at the time. It paid $17 an hour, right?
Which
But
was good back then.
you're playing a lot of stuff you don't like, right? You're playing like commercials, or like I had a gig once. I had to play some French country western, right? And I hated the music, but I had to do it. It was my job, right? I hated the singer. I thought she was such a tart, and I still, I just do my job, right? So what are you gonna do, right? So
Okay.
so now I'm older, and I like I just told you, I have the FU attitude. Like now I can do whatever I want, and with this new technology, I can still release whatever I want. I can put it on YouTube. I can put it, and the licensing now is very easy compared to before.
Yes.
So now it's just a piece of cake, and no one can steal my stuff, and so I just put it out there, right?
Well, that's the thing, right? We live in an age where recording's easy. Like it's very, very, very easy, and like you have to recognize the fact that because it's so easy, there's so much noise out there. So you got to kind of make a decision of how are you going to stand out, and that's where the polish can come into play, right? But it's also
Yeah.
right, and that's where the polish can come into play too. It's like, okay, I can make my shit sound more professional
Yeah.
somehow, some way, right? Flip
Yeah.
side, again, it's that balance. Like the coolest thing about right now, this is the Wild West part about right now. There really is no rules.
That's what I like. There's no
Yeah.
more rules. It's the Wild West. You do whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
And I like that because like all my life when I was, and that's what discouraged me of music, like not only the financial risks that you have, because like I could have been like a full-time studio musician, but like I explained to you, I had to play some stuff that would just drive me nuts, right? So
I mean, that's part of but look, dude, I'm a freelance writer. I've written about potatoes. Like, whatever. I mean, it pays the bills, right? I
yeah,
just right, but you gotta make like the decision you gotta make that when you're a freelancer, when you're working in a studio, or when you're working like in a story is okay. Am I okay writing about potatoes or ice cream or babies or in your case, am I cool with French Canadian country today, and then tomorrow I'm listening to like opera jazz. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing here. They just want me to play this one note. And you know what? Honestly, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like honestly, if you look at commercials like jingles, they are incredibly lucrative, right? They are incredible. If that's what
yes,
you
yes,
want to do, there's a huge market for it. I try to get a
yeah,
buddy of mine in Windsor because he's got like some uh non-vocal stuff that would be perfect for jingles. You should go submit. No. Like an excuse. I'm like, okay, well, never mind. I'm not gonna make this suggestion to you ever again. But again, you gotta look like writing arts, the arts. The truth of the matter is there's a ton of money in it.
that's
The
right.
question.
And like you said about commercials and all that, we're also looking into that and all that.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And
What I was just gonna say
right
though, right?
now is like I said, it's so open wide, and like you say, is the Wild West. You have so many doors you can go through and open, right? So right now we're doing it with Spotify because it's easy, and YouTube
Mm-hmm.
and SoundCloud and
iTunes, SoundCloud, all
iCloud,
those like
all
online
those
streaming,
uh, music media. We're doing that. We're gonna go on radio soon,
That's
and
cool.
yeah, but we just want to open all the doors.
Okay,
That's
so
why I'm telling you, I'm having so much fun. I never
yeah.
had so many doors, right?
Oh yeah, no, you got a million open doors. You got to choose which ones you're going to walk through. So, if I'm going to ask both of you this question, and then we get to like you guys can sing something you guys want to sing, whatever you like to sing. And that's this: what is your goal as a band? Like where, like in your perfect world, where do you want to go with this?
Do you want to go first?
For me, I want like people to see like my songs, to hear my songs, everywhere in the world. I want people to listen to my voice and just feel what I feel, and listen to my message and my lyrics. It's kind of like I have a feeling I put out and I want to share it with the world. So
Yeah.
that's what I want. Like, I don't need
So
anything like that. But if I was in Japan or in Africa and I hear my song in the radio, I'm going to be super happy.
okay, so that's your goal. So your goal is I'm going to listen to a radio someday, and I'm going to hear Zoo. Maybe Dream, maybe one of
Yeah.
your random comments on the pandemic on toilet paper on this in there. Actually, I'll ask this one last thing. What kind of song would you like people to know you for? You personally, like what would be the goal for you? Like would it be a
Maybe
love song? Would it be a rock song? Would it be like what do you see?
I like people to see who I am really, because I am this kind of soft singer with a soft voice and very emotional. I'm not a rock singer, you know. I'm not a country
Okay.
singer. I'm a very soft, like
Yeah.
kind of feeling singing, like and I want people to know who I am. This is my kind of character and signature. I don't want to be known to act like someone else. I like to be me, the way I just sing and feel. So much feeling can kill you.
No worries. So Marc,
Like the song, like "Our Universe," if you hear it, it's very emotional. Uh,
Or her song Syria about her home country and the
yeah,
war and all that.
or the song
It's
"Syria."
written so personal. And,
yeah, like that's what I'm asking. Like, there was a song that people like wanted. Like, what's the like in your case? So would it be Syria? Would it be Syria? Would it be Dream? What would it be?
I have two
That's
songs.
it.
I like "Our Universe" and I like "Dream," both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
And how about you, Marc?
Well, me, I like them all. Like, really, I can't, you know, let's say if I give you an example through hockey, like I watch hockey, I don't take for a team. Like, I'm not a Habs fan, or, you know what I mean? I just like to watch good hockey. You know what I mean? So
So
music is the same thing. Is I'm not a genre guy. Like,
no, it's not a genre.
so it's not like I like this better than this or whatever. I just like good music. There's good music in metal. There's good music
Oh,
in
absolutely.
country. I just like good music. There's a lot of trash out there, but yeah, I like good music, right?
So I'm gonna put you a little bit under the spotlight here, just a little bit, because here's the thing. Okay, Zulie, it's Syria, Dream, Universe. For you, people know who Marc Lavoie is.
Well,
Okay,
the
they say
Dream
this
song.
is a Marc song. This is so freaking cool. What does that song sound like to you?
Well, I would say like my song that she let me be a little bit more free on would be Tell My Mama, that she let me put some lead there, because I just love thrashing the electric guitar, right? Like, I pick up an electric guitar, I'm just thrashing it, right? Like, it's instinct, right?
Okay.
So, you know, when I pick up another type of guitar, well, this feels like rhythm. It's going to be a rhythm one. But when I pick up like if I pick up a Gibson Explorer, I'm not going to play rhythm on it. I'm going to thrash it. Right?
You know, it's funny, our song, how is it? One is the blues, the other one is like folk. One is the soft rock, the other one is the classic. We have just a big mix, like
and like what I like about Dream, we both like the Dream song. What I like about Dream, to me, it sounds like acid rock, and you don't hear anything acid rock anymore. You know, like Deep Purple or something like that. You know, so, and I'm playing it, and when I play it, I feel like I'm playing acid rock. Like, you know, I feel like there should be like a Luba lamp next to me or something. Right?
Okay. Well,
You know,
I
and
think.
but I can't say, well, this is an acid rock song, right?
Well,
Because
no, but I just bring this up because like I tend to believe that we should really love what we do,
yeah,
because the thing is, in fiction, Arthur Conan Doyle hated Sherlock Holmes, and he ended up
yeah,
becoming famous for doing Sherlock Holmes. So
yeah,
that's a very weird kind of hell, that the character everybody likes is the one you can't stand creating. So I bring this up only to say that that's why I asked that question, because it's like, it's what's the song that you care about that you want people the world to hear, because because the world tends to give you what you want. I've learned this the easy / hard way, is the world gives you what you want. The question is, how specifically have you thought about those wants? Because chances are, if you haven't, it's okay. Hello, Vancouver or Nanaimo or wherever you guys are. I'm sure somebody out there is
Vancouver
having a
right
bad
now.
day.
Vancouver.
That's what?
We're in Vancouver now.
Yeah, so someone's having a bad day. It's Vancouver. But but I bring this up like that because what tends to happen with us is, if we aren't specific about what we want, we get exactly that unspecific thing that maybe we didn't really want, but we did want it because that's basically what we put out there to the universe. So I'm very, 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 like, for me, one of my goals was to do a live show like this, and it's been slowly more and more happening, right? And I mean, and we got a wonderful like guest appearance from Mr. Hornhonker over there. But that's part of the charm, right? That's part of the charm. That's part of the thing of doing a live show.
Mhm.
But it's what I want. And as I'm moving closer and closer to what I really, really want, like my world, like the doors behind me aren't the same doors that were there when I started. that's just the way it is. So that's why I bring this up. So I hope for both of you, whatever song the world knows you guys for is one you both really, really enjoy, because chances are you're going to stage. Hey, can you play that song again? That's why I say, I hope you really love what you're doing, because like, hey, that song is awesome. Can you do that one again? Some bands really appreciate it. Some like he'd be like, or like Eminem, like My Name Is, like he hates that song, but that's what he became
Jimmy
famous
Page was Stairway to Heaven. He can't sound
Yeah.
like it anymore. Right? So.
Yeah. So you guys want to
look, in our case, I think we love our songs. I
Yeah.
respect Zulie a lot. I respect her, I like her talent. And when she comes up with the lyrics of stuff, I see it's like, it's so deep. Like, I don't know how no one would like the lyrics. And for me, playing guitar, well, I'm playing what I want to play. So if you like my song, I don't care which song you like. I like what I'm playing.
Okay,
right?
that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So
And we're gonna sing a song for you now.
Okay. So
okay.
so that's actually what I was getting to. It's like we're coming to the end here. So this is your time, guys. I get to shut up. I get to shut up and okay, Zulie's the pretty one. I just get to shut up and let you guys do your thing.
You can talk. He's bringing the guitar. We're gonna sing Dream. You wanna sing Dream?
Yeah, I heard that's your favorite song of ours.
That's the one I enjoyed. That's the one I enjoyed when I listen to your stuff. I mean, you guys have your own thing. You might want to go a little bit back.
Play Dream, and I'm gonna play it on this special 12-string guitar. I'm gonna try to show you. This is a handmade guitar in Germany, a 12-string. I'm a guitar fanatic, right? So I think it's gonna Dream sounds really great on this guitar. So
I don't know how my phone is gonna.
It's gonna record, right? So
yeah, So I mean,
so I'm gonna put it back a little bit. It doesn't get distortion.
That's what I'm hoping. Yeah.
How are you hearing? It's good.
So far, yeah. So far.
So far, so good.
Yeah. Don't come too close because then they get distortion.
Okay,
Yeah.
you on?
Yeah.
You good? Okay, you ready?
You want to bring it up a little bit?
You want to bring it up? Okay, we're just gonna bring it up a little bit here.
No
just
worries.
Singing it. Go.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Why you put it down?
No, I put it up. Come on. Are you got the right mic? Okay, here we go. You want me to bring this closer to you? Maybe you'll hear. She needs to hear herself. So.
Okay.
Try.
Okay.
Good. Do you want me to put it here? No. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Are any dreams of water? Are they simply dreams? I dreamt of you again last night. For me simply seems I want to be with you. Even when I'm asleep. Someone said love is blind. Look before taking the lead. All I need dreams important. All my spirit left me there. I am the image I wake up to. Simply dancing all night, but not too much poses that I could not explain. I tried to fall back into my sleep and dream of you again. Dream, 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 How we got disappointed, somehow I did not recognize. You came to me again last night, that's by me by the side. And when my eyes blinking, my eyes catch your eyes. Your beauty set my heart, I love, I love. I don't know how it sounds through the phone.
So it was it was so like when it was on, it was really on. So what I'm gonna do?
Yeah, because it's hard to have all those sounds through headphones of the phone. It goes like hush on it. Quite loud.
Well, yeah. So for anyone
But
who's
that's what you
curious,
get live, right? So
well, it like I said, this was a first for me, so this is kind of fun. So for everybody watching, listening, I posted a link up. There's for Reverb Nation. You can actually listen to all their music there. It was definitely, yeah. So that was a really. They do some really cool stuff. Series is a great song. Universe is a great song. I listened to pretty much their whole track listing pretty much last night. Cool range, very cool range. So.
thank
You guys looking forward to getting back on stage when this is all when this crazy is kind of like done?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
That's actually, I wanted to tell you, I can't wait to get on stage again. That's the thing that I miss the most of playing in music is playing live. We did a couple of live shows for, personal stuff, private shows, and we had a lot of fun playing it. And I just can't wait to go out there and play live again. Actually, when you were asking where I want to go with this, well, that's where I want to go. I want to go travel the world and play live, right? So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joshua. Thank you so much for having us today. Like, I don't know how much time we have left.
We got a little bit of time. We got a little bit of time left. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask 2 questions, and I'm gonna let you guys plug your stuff, and we're gonna wrap up. So you guys have an album you're working on, right?
Yeah.
So when you guys looking to release that bad boy?
I'm thinking at the end of November. There's 3 songs we're still working on. And like you said, that I decided those 3 songs, which are going to be highlight songs, I'm going to polish them good, like through the studio and all that. So because right now I just do it through the home studio. So I don't have all the bells and whistles that a professional studio would have. And so the next 3 songs, we want to have them quite polished. And they're going to be more, commercial type of song, right? More poppy, something that's going to play like on the top 40 stuff, But we're not going to go into the same genre as you hear now. We're still going to do our own stuff, but we'll have it a lot more polished and professional, like radio edits, like they say in the business, right?
Yes.
So
All right. So you got 3 more songs, November, and by that point, we'll kind of see where the world's going to be. Still have some ups and downs, I think, still to come. Although I do think we're at that point where we're gonna be shifting away, hopefully, from the pandemic part of this. I sincerely hope. But that would mean like next spring, next summer, you guys be back on tour.
Yeah, we're hoping. Actually, like 6 months ago, we had a manager in Europe that was gonna bring us to tour in Europe, and he had like venues ready for us, and even gave us how much we would make, and it was very interesting. But because of the pandemic, it all shut down. So I'm hoping we can do that European tour.
But
That
you
would be
know,
really
for
cool.
me, like it doesn't matter if we're gonna be able to play out or not. I'll still continue playing online. Maybe I will do live and do some jamming.
Yeah, we were thinking about
Yes.
that. If you know this thing goes on for another year, that we'll just like go live like you do and say, okay, well, we'll do a show tonight.
Well, then my suggestion would be just would be my suggestion. Slightly bigger space than what you guys have, where you both can stand up and actually do what you would do it like on stage.
Yeah,
And perform
exactly.
and perform. There are like Twitch. It's pretty lucrative for some musicians. Like just do like make some little videos on YouTube and invite people to come watch and jam. I mean, it takes some time, but you can build a following that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
Because
incredible.
you can't wait for the world to be bright for you
No,
until you
your
start. You
time is
have to
now.
do what you can do when the world is ready to accept you. Like, you know, because we said 1 year and now we are in the second year with the COVID, right?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. There's no such thing as a right time. That doesn't exist, right?
And
Right? It just
yeah,
doesn't.
what I wanted to say is we're maybe taking turtle steps creating our music, but there's a lot of stuff going on in the background. Like I just invested in a property that was going to turn into a professional studio. Like, you know, I invested quite a bit of money, so that's what you know, my next step was. That, you know, like instead of paying, you know, it costs about $1,000 a day, like to get a good studio, right? So with that kind of money, you know, if we're going to do it like on a permanent basis, I might as well have my own studio, right? So
Absolutely.
it's really, then you just hire the sound engineer because the equipment is all the same, right? So it's just getting a good sound engineer, right? So
yeah, and then you guys master your songs, and then next thing you know, have a really good like t-shirt company, so you can come up with just obnoxiously ridiculous t-shirts to sell on tour. Because hey, listen, you gotta make the merch money while you're on the road, right? But also, good luck. Honestly, I wish you both nothing but the best. I hope it's,
thank you.
regardless of what the experience looks like in the moment, I hope magic still happens, man. So that's what I'm wishing for both of you.
Thank
Nothing
you.
but.
And I want to ask you, I didn't ask you anything. Where are you located now? Are you in Toronto?
Currently, I'm in Windsor, Ontario. But what I'm quietly just starting to do, like, I don't know if we're going to be through the pandemic this year, next year. I think there's some big social issues that are going to have to be really thought about in the next year. But I kind of like, here's my decision. By March next year, I don't care if I have a pot to piss in or not. I'm literally taking my bags and going back out west. I've made a decision. No matter how crazy the world gets next year, fuck it. I'm going to go where I want to be. Where the world, if the world's ending, great. If the world, I don't like you realize like my family's here. So in Windsor, Ontario, right? So during the pandemic, it was great. I got to see them. I got to make sure they were all okay. Right. But when you get right down to it, like life goes on, right? Like it has to go on. I can't be here forever. I'll be damned if I be here forever, right? So it's kind of where
that's exactly it. Like I have the same attitude as you. Is like you only have one life to live, and when you're at the end of your life, do you want to have regrets that you didn't try this, that you always wanted to try,
totally.
or do you want to say, "Hey, I did this. I'm so happy. I did what I wanted to do." So. And like me, maybe I'm. Some people would say, "Well, I'm a little old to be starting to pop band," but I don't care. That's what I want to do.
Well, if in doubt, remember Christopher Lee. Christopher
Yeah,
Lee
there
did
you-
his very, very first rock song at the ripe old age of 90. Who
Yeah,
fucking cares? Life is too short on time and too long on possibility. You might as
That's
well
right.
do what you love to do. Really, honestly, this is the point I think I've gotten to. I'm going to quote Dave Chappelle. I'll do what the fuck I want, and I don't give a damn. And that's just it. And that's where I'm at in my life. I don't care. So,
and I
and I
think
really don't.
that's the attitude you have right now. Basically, the whole world is like, I'll do whatever I want. This pandemic woke up people to say, well, I'm tired of all
Well,
this.
like the upheaval from this. Like we're going to be talking about a lot. Like Canada's done next little bit. That's going to be very interesting to see how that experiment plays out. But regardless of how that goes, the reality of the situation is one very true thing about the pandemic is life hasn't really changed all that much in one real sense. We all knew that we came here to die. Like we're going to die someday. So do you want to spend the rest of your life doing something you don't want to do and waste your time on this for some illusion of security, or are you just going to go for the things you want to do in this, right? Because if there's one thing the pandemic really should have shaken people to their core with, there is no security. There is no safety. That doesn't exist. That's a fiction. There's just life, and there's life, living, and possibility, and that willingness. Like, are you willing to get punched in the mouth? Because if you are, nothing will stop you. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds really fucking simple, but that's it, really. I'm at that point now where like I said, I'm freelancing right now. I'm not really working a day job. I've quietly been accruing some interesting ways at revenues and money. It's been interesting to see how quickly that's built. Me? Mm-hmm. I have interesting questions. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why ask? No, it's just it's not about wanting or not wanting to be punched in the mouth, Jag. What it is the reality is life has a price. Everything we do in this life has a price. Yeah. If you want to do something, you have to give something up to do it. It's just how the universe works. But most people, what scares most people, especially in the arts, is you take that leap and you don't know where the ground is, where the sky is. There's almost that moment of fog you have to walk through, right? And you don't know what that's going to lead. The risk is, you're going to get hit. You're going to get knocked on your ass because it happens, right?
Yeah, which I think including yourself, every artist is ready for that. I see it like a baby that's starting to walk, right? He's going to fall. The baby doesn't fall down and start crying. That's it. I'm never going to try again. He
absolutely
gets up and tries again.
Well, right? That's it. Like, it's true when you go, like, you skate. It's true when you swim. It's true when you do something for the first time. Very rarely do you do it right the first time. It does happen, but it's incredibly rare. So,
and if you didn't fall while learning to walk,
you'll fall learning to run, or maybe right. Like that's it. Like life is success checkered in failure.
That's
it sounds really, really like this is the cheesy cliche line, but it's the truth. Life is
the truth. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
You learn from your mistakes more than anything else, right?
Yeah. And learning from your mistakes can teach you also how to handle successes. And that's, I think, where a lot of artists fall short. So I say all that to say, like, at this point in my life, I enjoyed the pandemic. I enjoyed the time, like, to see my family. I enjoyed to see how far I've grown as a person.
Yeah.
And I'm afforded a neat little opportunity right now to try freelancing in some forms of fashion. Yeah. But I'll be damned if I'm here another year. I'm done. Like, I'm just so done with this place. But I'm not going to rush out. I'm going to get, but there's a deadline, an internal deadline. It's like, I don't care what the world looks like. I'm going to be at this place at this time because fuck it. And that's literally like, even if I have to walk, I'm going. You have to have that determination in your life in order to get somewhere. It's like, I don't care what this looks like at the other side. I'm doing it. And if you have that, there is nothing in the planet that can stop you. Not a thing.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think a lot of people are having your attitude about life right now. I think that this pandemic and the way the government's reacted to it, it made people think. It says like, what am I doing? Am I really living my life? Is like you say, most people just go to work and save their money for buying a house or whatever. You know how Canadians are house crazy. Everybody wants to have a house, and and they're willing to put like 25 years of their hardworking life just to have this material piece of thing that could be taken from you at any time. So, and then now people are realizing, well, you know what? Instead of pushing that dream, why don't I push what I really want? Yeah. Because I think what the pandemic brought is it brought death closer to you and say, holy cow, is usually you don't think about death, but
see,
the pandemic made you think about it because it was happening around you, right?
Well, so for me, it was different because I had faced like my own mortality a long time ago. I met my own version of the shadow of death in Arizona, chasing my dreams, getting my ass literally handed to me in the worst way. These teeth are fake the top teeth are fake as a result of that experience.
Okay.
But it taught me I'm not going to walk away from this life. So I'm like, when the pandemic hit me, it didn't really. I'm still not scared. It doesn't hit you that way. It just you've been through. You come face to face with death. You're like, okay, hi, how you doing? Are you gonna kill me or not? And I'm not trying to say that like an impatient way. It's just like, are you here for me? No,
yeah,
cool. I'm gonna keep doing my thing because it doesn't hit me the same. It just doesn't, right? Yeah. But I also think, like I said, for me, it was I learned some things I need to learn here, and I'm ready to do what's next. And so I'll be back. I might be in Calgary. I might come back to Vancouver. Probably Calgary, just because looking at it like at this like Calgary, Kelowna, somewhere like that, just because I like it out there. That's my home. Like that is my home. So I'm gonna go back and then once I'm there, I'm gonna get like the crummiest mystery machine in the world, and I'm gonna travel both countries, and I'm gonna meet people like yourself in person. I'm gonna say, hey, let's talk on the air. I got this microphone right here. Let's go somewhere. Let's sit down. We'll have a coffee and or beer and we'll just do some really stupid shit on the air and have fun doing it. That's what I want to do with my life because not much else we're doing.
You used to do this, Joshua, when you was in Calgary. When I saw you once with your big van, like have like the mic and all the equipment, and you go around and interview people, right?
No, I didn't get to. That was the dream. That was the dream then. Now, and I've been slowly like I'm working to make that happen. Now I'm doing a live show. Now I'm doing a live show like this, like because when I met you. You started my show actually. Like I think it was before, like within the first 100 or so. I met you, and I'm at like 626 now. So it's kind of cool. Like we come a long way, and you've come a long way. So it's kind of cool to see that how well you're doing.
Thank you. Yeah. When I met you outside Chinook Center, I thought like because you have all the equipment and the gear and the van, like the TV van, have everything. So I thought you already doing it since then. Yeah, you was doing it. Jill was with you, Jill Maria Robinson.
Oh, Jill Maria Robinson. Yeah, no, Jill. Yeah, she's fun. She's fun. Like she's if Jill ever focuses, she'll be amazing. She's great. She's got incredible talent. Just needs to focus on something, and she'll be great.
Yeah, I always tell her that. Yeah, but I was in a coffee shop and she told me, "Come, I want to introduce you to my friend and all that." And
yeah,
but it's cool. Really full of entertainment. Actually, is very very big, like on entertainment and things. Actually, it's way more than BC. I was shocked.
No, I'm not. That's kind of one of the reasons why I want to go back there because it feels like
it's full of stuff: music, festivals, producers, everything have to do with entertainment, shooting. Like it just happened every day.
Yeah, and so that's kind of where I'm going. Yeah. Well, guys, we've definitely had some fun. I think so. This is Zoo. They are a band based out of BC. So where can people find you guys?
Well, we're pretty much everywhere. iTunes, everywhere. Spotify,
Reverb Nation.
Facebook, Reverb Nation. Yeah, we're everywhere. Soon we'll have a Wikipedia page. And so if you go on any music media site, you will find us.
And we might have some music video out on YouTube soon. We don't have any music video yet.
Yeah, we're working on a few music videos for which songs are we working on?
Tell My Mama.
Tell My Mama and Golden Times.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Do you have like a web page, like a web page, or just the Reverb Nation?
We have
page?
a Facebook page, which is Zuban.
And we have the Reverb Nation. It's kind of our site where our music is, and also
they're our main promoter, Reverb Nation.
For listening only, Spotify and iTunes and SoundCloud and stuff like that.
But you could download on all the media sites. You can download our music.
All right.
Yeah. And,
so for everybody watching, I'll re-click this part. Like that's where you can find their music. Go check them out. And guys, thanks for doing this. This is a cool experiment. I learned a lot doing it. And we'll try this again. Maybe we'll do like a full-fledged thing next time, and we'll be more ready to rock and roll.
Sure.
But to everybody watching, listening,
yeah,
because it'd be kind of fun. It'd be kind of fun, and maybe I can learn some swear words from Zulie that from various languages he learns as we go. But that all said, ladies and gentlemen, this was a lot of fun. I learned a lot, and I still got a lot to learn as a result of this. So this is my first attempt at a musical interview / performance. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit the follow button on my Twitch. Hit the subscribe on my YouTube. There's definitely where my episodes are. Alice Zero, my current work in progress, is nominated for the Elgin Award. Alice 1 comes out November 1st. I got another great guest tomorrow. We're going to go completely from rock and roll or music to financial stuff and other things with my guest tomorrow. But in the meantime, guys, stay inspired. Keep shining in the dark. And I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity, Joshua. Thank you.
Thank you.